Joining us now, longtime member of the Minnesota Vikings defense, heart and soul of that unit. He's Eric Kendricks. Eric, welcome back. How are you, pal?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Great to see you. Great to talk to you. You know, that defense this year, I mean, we get spoiled because it's been so dominant. And we saw the difference when you weren't available. As you get a chance to reflect on the year, where is that defense right now? And where do you think it needs to go from here?
It's got to be better, first and foremost. But for the most part, we start a new season next year, and that's how I feel. I'm restarting, obviously in the off season right now. But yeah, every team's going to be different. Teams are going to have coaches that leave. Teams are going to have new people on the staff. We're going to have rookies. We're going to have rookies that are now their second year. So, with that being said, it's always going to be a new field. It's always going to be a new learning experience. So I'm open to it. I'm excited.
And it was such a strange season. We were talking to Justin Jefferson earlier today about playing home games with no one there. Did you ever adjust to that reality of going out into that beautiful stadium that has such a great home field advantage for the Vikings and there's no one there?
Yeah, Justin never got to experience that, but hopefully soon. But yeah, I never really got used to it. We did get used to it. We did get used to playing, but it's just there's something missing. You know what I mean? And you can't ignore it, especially when we're home. It's clear advantage, like you said, for the defense.
He had that experience at LSU where they had 100,000 people there generating the noise, and he said it just was difficult to develop energy, and he thinks that's one of the reasons why the team had a slow start, 1-5, just couldn't get it going for the home games. Did you share that same belief that it took a while to get the team going this year because of that adjustment that you had to make?
Oh, definitely. Energy is a big thing, especially on the sideline. And you have guys like Justin Jefferson who are self-starters. Some people need a lot of, fan energy. Some people need a lot of their teammates' energy, things like that. But it was important to find that energy within yourself at the beginning of every game, and show with Justin for sure.
The flip side of it too, though, despite the rough start, there was an impressive stretch where the Vikings willed their way back into playoff contention. What do you think the catalyst for that was?
Just how we worked every day. We weren't obviously winning at the beginning of the season, but our hard work day in and day out definitely, it didn't go unnoticed in that stretch of wins because everybody was trying to do the right things. Everybody was showing up on time. Everybody was working hard, and everybody was holding each other accountable in a sense too. But it wasn't working for us. But we started getting that stretch of wins, and it felt good.
How has your coach Mike Zimmer evolved over the years that you've played for him?
Just from when I started playing, we had different personnel on defense, especially, and offense has changed throughout the course of the league. Every year. So, we just had to make little adjustments as far as our defense and things like that concerned. But we just have to do them fast. And we have to learn week by week because each team is bringing a new challenge.
Yeah, and one of the challenges for the Vikings, new offensive coordinators all the time, for whatever reason. It was Kevin Stefanski leaving to become coach of the Browns. Now it's Gary Kubiak retiring. Does that put pressure on the defense when the offense is kind of like, I don't want to say in flux, but it feels like that's the situation. When you got a new coordinator 4 in 4 years, it's got to feel like the offense is in flux.
I just feel like the defense should always feel a little pressure. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, offense is one thing. I can't worry about that. I got to do my thing on defense, and we got to stop these offenses from scoring points, and they're doing it in major ways. Especially with high-powered offenses like Green Bay in our league. We got to buckle down and keep those points low.
I mentioned Justin Jefferson earlier. What was your impression of him on the field in practice?
He's a dog. He's a straight baller. Yeah, like I say, he's a self-starter. He came in and he knew what he wanted to do, and he went out and did it. And he had that confidence, he had that swagger, and he obviously worked for it.
Young receiver, young secondary as well. How have you seen the defensive backs, specifically the corners, grow this season?
Man, it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of communication, and it's just the little nuances, the little details you learn from just getting snaps under your belt that propel you to the next level.
It's a huge difference, too, not having Danielle Hunter. He was developing into one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, had that neck injury that just was kind of there, and then the next thing you know, he's shut down for the season. Have you been in touch with him, and is he good to go for this year?
Definitely been in touch with him. I'm not going to speak on his behalf of what's his health condition, but yeah, just talking about him and his mental health, and he's doing well. And yeah, I was talking to him the other day actually.
This Vikings team has settled into a cycle where it's playoffs one year, no playoffs the next year, playoffs, no playoffs. How do you break that cycle?
Man, I don't know. We gotta just work. I mean, I only know one thing to do really, and like you said, it has been a little bit up and down since I've been there, and you gotta be more consistent for sure.
Justin said that he was surprised that the Buccaneers went into Green Bay and beat the Packers to earn the spot in the Super Bowl. Were you surprised that the Bucs got it done at Lambeau Field?
It was a hard game, but I feel like they beat them earlier in the season. Sometimes people just got the other person's number. Anybody can win any day of this league. It comes down to really a few plays when you look at the film. Always, explosives or turnovers, things like that. So, am I surprised? No. Did I think that was going to happen? No.
Yeah, you guys didn't see Patrick Mahomes last year. He was injured during the game at Arrowhead Stadium. It was Matt Moore instead. But what's just the talk among your teammates when they see what Mahomes can do? And he just seems so different than any other quarterback in the NFL right now.
I mean, he just keeps his eyes downfield, and then he just shuffles around so effortlessly. It's kind of annoying to watch as a defender, honestly, but it's cool at the same time. He's definitely balling.
Your quarterback Kirk Cousins has been there 3 years now. Year 4 is coming up. Where do you think he stands by way of getting enough credit? Does he get enough credit? Is he criticized too much? What's your read on how outsiders view him?
Man, everybody loves to hate him, man. I felt like that since he got here, since he's been in the league, really. But he played well for us this past year. He's a leader on our team, shows up every day, a good guy.
Who are the leaders right now on the defensive side of the ball? Obviously, you're one of them. Who else provides that voice to get everyone going?
Man, we got Anthony Harris, we got Harrison Smith. We got Danielle. I mean, we had a couple injuries, but I would normally say Danielle Hunter and Anthony Barr. And some of those guys, they don't really lead by, vocally, so to speak, but, their actions and their intentions and just the way they carry themselves around the locker room, it's contagious and it builds a culture.
Eric, I'm going to admit in advance, I can't recall whether or not you played in the Buccaneers game. Were you available for that one?
I was not.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but you were around for the preparation. I mean, what's the focal point of a defense as it's getting ready to deal with Tom Brady and the weapons he has at his disposal?
Just know where they're lined up at. Know what number of receiver is which. They got Mike Evans. At inside receiver. At 3. It might be going to him. Like it's just things like that. Obviously, the run game is going to be pretty simple downhill. Get the ball in the hands, be physical run game. But yeah, just know where their weapons are on the field and know, splits, 3x1, 2x2, things like that, and you'll be all right.
You became the Vikings Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year nominee for good reason. You were front and center with efforts by the players to get the NFL to make advances when it comes to social justice. What progress did you see throughout the course of the year, and what would you like to see the league do moving forward?
Man, just keep everyone keep banding together to create this positive change. There's just so much we still need to learn collectively as well as individually, and just keep that quest.
The pandemic seemed to throw everything off too. How strange was it this year? And did you get used to going into the team facility and all the measures? And it worked. It paid off. The NFL ultimately didn't miss a game. But was it harder to do your job with all the things that you needed to do in the facility while traveling? Just the different and the many disruptions to your routine.
It was definitely adjustments. We had to be made. Mental, physical, just protocol that you had to go through, obviously. But at the end of the day, I think looking back at it, I really felt blessed that I was able to go out there and play football and be safe doing it.
Well, Eric, I mentioned that cycle earlier. Under that cycle, this is a playoff year. So I hope the cycle holds for this year, and then you break it after 2021 and you get to the playoffs 2 straight years. That's the year to break it, not this year. This year and not get to the playoffs. You want to break it next year and get to the playoffs 2 straight years.
There's no future in the past, man. Got to just move forward.
Well, we wish you all the best. Congratulations on being nominated for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. And we appreciate everything you've done to make your teammates, coaches, and everyone in the NFL sensitive to the challenges of social justice. And we wish you all the best in the future, Eric.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.